Welcome back to the Roar Podcast Sports Edition. I am Brayton Bowen. Today I am joined with a very special guest. If you're from Lebanon, you probably know this guy. Introduce yourself.
Alex Juarez. Thank you, guys. Thank you for having me. This is my first time be able to be on this podcast, and I'm gonna absolutely enjoy it. It's gonna be a great ride.
Sweet. So on today's episode, we're going to go over two things. We're going to go over the college football playoff national championship, which was in Indianapolis, and it was held last night. We're recording this on the 11th, and the game was played on the 10th. And we'll dive into that here in a little bit. And also, we're going to talk about the NFL playoffs. As you know, the wild card round is first, and 7 teams from each conference make the playoffs. The 1 seed to get a bye, and then the other teams will play it out. And we'll also dive into that here in a little bit. So to start off, we're going to talk about the national championship game, which was between Alabama and Georgia. And if you know anything about college football, these two are in the same conference, and they have actually already played this year. And Alabama won that first game. And so Alabama kind of was, I don't know what the line was, but Alabama was the favorite.
No, Georgia was the favorite, 2.5.
Georgia was the favorite?
Yes.
I did not know that, to be honest with you. See, you're already making a big impact here. Georgia came out, and it was the first half. Not a single touchdown was scored. It was what
9-6. Alabama had the lead in the first half.
9-6. No touchdowns were scored in the first half. Only 1 touchdown was scored in the third quarter, and that was Georgia.
Which was Zamir White.
He's got Zamir White had 13 carries for 84 yards and a touchdown, and the game was pretty much neck and neck until the fourth quarter. It even was neck and neck until the final pick six at the end of the game. But I actually thoroughly enjoyed this national championship. I think Georgia deserved to win this national championship. They played harder, and Alabama can't win a game based off field goals. Their quarterback threw 2 interceptions, although he did still almost throw for 400 yards, even with 2 picks. Bryce Young was pressured all day. He had technically 4 carries for negative 43 yards, but those are all sacks.
Yeah, sacks in college football counts as negative rushing yards.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that one. Bama had a receiver over 100 yards and a touchdown. They didn't really do a whole lot in the running game. The running back had 22 carries for 68 yards, only about a 3.1 average.
That's what you get when you play against this dominant defense of Georgia. They can shut down the run. And what was the main factor of this game was Georgia's quarterback, Stetson Bennett. What was he going to do? He played a pretty good game. He did his job. He completed 17 out of 26 passes for 224 yards and 2 touchdowns. The running game was pretty efficient. Georgia just played good, methodical offense. It was something that was missing in an SEC title game, and Georgia was able to bring that their first national title since 1980.
Man, the Dogs. Kirby Smart beats his man.
Yeah, he beats his mentor.
The guy who got him to where he is, basically. We're talking about Kirby Smart and obviously the legendary Alabama coach Nick Saban.
Yeah.
Nick Saban has won quite a few national championships, and Kirby Smart was a former coordinator, I believe.
Defensive coordinator.
Former coordinator for Nick Saban for plenty of years. And, as Alex said, Stetson Bennett was efficient. The run game was efficient. George Pickens only had that one catch, that big bomb in the first quarter.
Which not many people expected George Pickens to play this year. So that was pretty. It was just amazing to see Stetson Bennett walk on at Georgia. You know, people were questioning about him, and he showed up.
Good, yeah. Stetson Bennett. What year is he? Is he a senior, or what's going on with Stetson Bennett? All I know is he's here we go. What year is Stetson Bennett?
Senior.
He's a senior?
Yep.
Well, with the COVID rule, he could be back, or honestly, since he won a national championship, he'll probably go make some money in the National Football League, but
we'll see how it goes.
Here we go. Go ahead.
Speaking of the NFL playoffs are right around the corner, and this is going to be a very exciting one.
Yeah. So diving in the NFL playoffs in the wild card for the AFC, we have the Raiders at the Bengals, and the Bengals will definitely be the favorite there with their high leverage passing offense.
The Bengals have a very explosive offense. This might be the most entertaining game to watch. It's kind of 50-50 for me. The Raiders, they've been very motivated. They have overcame a lot of problems, and they're 10-7. I picked the Bengals. I feel like Joe Burrow is going to all out, and Bengals will win their first playoff game since the early 90s.
I'm with you there. I think the Bengals are gonna. I think Joe Burrow is gonna torch the Raiders defense. It hurts me because both of us are Colts fans, and we can get into that in a minute. But the Raiders thoroughly beat the Colts 2 weeks ago, and yeah, it's a lot of pain right there.
No fun.
The next wild card matchup in the AFC is the Patriots and Bills. This is a heavy hitting matchup right here.
It's going to be in the 20s. I think the Bills experience, specifically Josh Allen. We all know the Belichick. This is Mac Jones' first start. This is a lot from a rookie quarterback. You're asking a lot to go to Buffalo. They're crazy fans and expect to win that game. That's a tough task. I think Josh Allen is going to show everybody why he's a top 5 quarterback in this league.
Yeah, and the Colts went to Buffalo last year and put up a really solid fight against the Bills in Orchard Park. But I honestly just don't see Mac Jones going out and play in his first playoff game in that tough of an atmosphere at Buffalo and just pulling out a win. Honestly, I would love to see him do it, though.
It'd be nice.
It'd be nice. Even though as a Colts fan, we never want the Patriots to win because they've had enough. But with a rookie quarterback, if Mac Jones can go out and beat the Buffalo Bills, that would be extremely impressive, just as a football fan in general.
Yeah.
I mean, Mac Jones, let's be real, they don't really have a really good run game. It's a pass game. Even though the last time these two played, I believe, Mac only had like 3 pass attempts.
That was the first time.
Well, that game was also extremely frigid temperatures.
It was windy. It was like 40 miles per hour winds.
So they basically had to run the ball.
Yeah.
And the last AFC wild card matchup was the Steelers, who got in by the grace of God.
Oh, my gosh.
Versus the Chiefs, which we all know the Chiefs are an extremely good team, the best quarterback in the NFL, one of at least. Very solid overall team. They have one of the best. They have probably the best offense or second best offense to the Buccaneers. Actually, you know what? The Rams have a good offense. There's a lot of
Cowboys. The Chiefs are blowing out the Steelers. I am shocked that the Steelers had a winning season because that team is not good. Ben Roethlisberger, this is probably gonna be his last year. Did not look good. The offensive line did not look good. They just were able to grit out some wins, but I don't think it's going to translate against the Kansas City Chiefs Stampede. And the last time they played, the Chiefs absolutely annihilated the Steelers. The Steelers are going to get a reality check, and there's going to be a lot of drama going to be in that Steelers organization after what I believe is going to be a playoff loss.
I'm with you. I don't think there's really any chance that the Steelers go into Arrowhead and win. It's just not happening, if you ask me.
No.
And so that means we would have the Bengals. Are you taking the Pats or the Bills here?
I'd probably go with the Bills.
The Bills? I'll take the Bills too. So we're going to have the Bengals, Bills, Chiefs, Titans. So that means...
No. It's going to be 1-4 and 3-2.
So are the Bengals 4?
Yes.
So it's going to be Titans, Bengals, Bills, Chiefs.
Yeah, let's go with the NFC before we even dive deep today.
NFC, you want to introduce these?
All right, so the first game is going to be the Eagles going to Tampa Bay. I really believe the Eagles can put some kind of a fight. You can never count Tom Brady out, but this will be a challenge. No Chris Godwin, torn ACL. No Antonio Brown. That guy cannot stop ruining his career. So really only one good wide receiver to throw to. The running game has been iffy. It's been quite suspect. But it's Tom Brady. You can never count him out. I mean, this is a 44-year-old man leading the NFL in passing yards and passing touchdowns. I think that Tom Brady alone, and they still have talent on their defense, I think Tampa Bay can pull ahead against Philadelphia, even though I expect Philly to put up a fight.
I honestly wouldn't be surprised if Jalen Hurts comes out and shocks the world and beats the Bucs. It wouldn't be the most surprising thing for me, but I am with you that I believe the Bucs will win this game. The next game will be the Niners and Cowboys in Dallas.
This is interesting.
This is very interesting because you don't know what 49ers team you're going to face that day. The 49ers have been injury plagued. George Kittle is their stud. Jimmy G, I don't know if Jimmy G can really win a playoff football game in a big atmosphere like Dallas.
But also, you can vice versa to the Cowboys. I mean, over the last 25 years, the Cowboys have really choked in the playoffs. This is an interesting one. You want an upset? You want me to pick an upset? I'm going to give you one. I think the 49ers are going to surprise a lot of people and anger a lot of Cowboys fans. I think it's going to be a close game. I think the 49ers will pull it off against the Cowboys.
This is your upset pick?
Yes.
Well, my upset pick is also going to be the 49ers. I'm with you. I hate the Cowboys. I absolutely hate the Cowboys.
I can't stand their fan base.
All right, so we got our little upset vid there, and next game is probably, well...
It's on Monday. It's going to be a very exciting one.
It's going to be it's going to be like a... This is
free.
Yeah, but playoff games usually aren't on a Monday, right?
Yeah, but I think because of the new playoff format, they decided to add a Monday nighter.
What are you thinking about this one? Well, let's introduce him.
I'm gonna be rooting for the Cardinals and Rams.
Yeah.
It's like last year for Arizona. They had a great start and they kind of fall off a bit. And they have also got a couple injury problems, especially defense. Without DeAndre Hopkins, Kyler Murray really is struggling to find weapons. Even though he has some, they're just not stepping up right now. And the running game has been iffy. James Conner has 15 rushing touchdowns, but he doesn't even have 1,000 yards rushing. And as for the Rams, Matthew Stafford is waking up. I mean, that Rams team, combined their defense, I think the Rams are going to win, and the Cardinals are going to be very frustrated to figure out how to get their offense going.
So you're going to take the Rams here?
Yes.
Me too. All right, so to wrap this up, we're going to have the Bengals and Titans. That might be Derrick Henry's return.
Yes, and that's going to be a very interesting one. I picked the Titans.
If I was going to make an upset bet, I'm taking the Bengals.
I don't know.
Okay, we got to wrap this up though. So we're going to have the Bills versus the Chiefs. Chiefs most likely, and then we're going to have the Titans and Chiefs or Bengals and Chiefs. And if it's the Bengals and Chiefs, I'm taking the Chiefs. If it's the Titans and the Chiefs, yeah.
And then
give me the Chiefs.
And then who is the fourth seed? It's going to be Green Bay and I believe Dallas. No, 49ers. I picked the 49ers to win. Green Bay. And as for the Bucs and Rams, I think the Rams. And I think the Super Bowl is going to be the Packers and the Chiefs.
Give me the Rams.
Okay.
I think Matthew Stafford, he deserves it. The Packers play too methodical sometimes. The Packers are a very methodical team. Aaron Rodgers simply sometimes just doesn't care enough. Like when they got absolutely demoralized in Week 1, given that is Week 1 and there's quite a long time in the NFL season besides Week 1. Him and Devontae Adams and Valdez-Scantling were just sitting there with their arms crossed on the sideline, just laughing everything off. I don't know if you saw that, but
I know. But that's interesting. I won't be surprised if the Rams do make the Super Bowl. I just feel like this year, especially over the last few games, yeah, we can discredit the Lions game. The Packers are kind of taking their foot off the gas because they already locked in the number 1 seed. But when they were on this ridiculous winning streak, they were on.
They were. Rodgers is the MVP of the NFL.
Yeah, I won't be surprised. It's going to be.
So your Super Bowl. Tell me your Super Bowl and what your score prediction is and who it's going to be.
I think the Packers are going to show up. They're going to play methodical again and beat the Chiefs 31-20.
31-20. So I got the Rams versus the Chiefs. And if I'm going to make an upset bet, give me the Rams. I'm a bold guy. I want the Rams to win.
I would favor the Rams over the Chiefs.
I want the Rams, dude. Give me the Rams.
I think the Rams are the better team than Kansas City.
All right, so I think the Rams win that game like 34-31. That's a high-scoring game. All right, so that'll wrap up our little segment here for the Roar Podcast Sports Edition. I don't even know what episode this is, but thank you so much to Alex for stopping by and recording with us.
Thank you for having me. I absolutely enjoy making this podcast and making good sports discussions.
Alrighty, so thank you guys so much for listening to this episode, and we'll catch you next time. Bye.